Well, welcome to another Pastors Chat.
Good to be back again for another week.
I need to know, how did you recover after last week? We had the chili challenge last week.
All I'll say is, I can't remember what time we filmed it on the morning, but the following morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with some very severe pains, and then I sat down on the porcelain throne for a good 40 minutes or so. I was struggling.
Wow.
I was struggling.
Wow. Yeah, I was that later that day, fortunately. Yeah, I was actually driving down Deakin Avenue, and I really needed to get to a men's room. So I actually just pulled over, ran into the church here, and went into the toilet there because I couldn't get home.
It was a struggle.
I need to be home, and didn't get there, so I was here. It's close enough. And
I think Josh was whimpering for a good few hours afterwards.
I was pretty good until then. Like, it was hot at the start, and then I don't know how you guys. I scoffed it down straight away.
I think those noodles could be the hottest thing I've ever eaten. They were brutal. Yeah. They were brutal. I'd challenge anyone to try and go and buy a whole bowl full and eat the whole bowl full. Film it and show us. I don't think anyone I know could do it. 3 times
what we had, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
We only had a third each. Yeah.
Oh gee, that was bad. Yeah. Anyway, no hot noodles today.
But speaking of, now we can chill out, we can relax. We'll do something silly coming weeks. But there was some great news on the weekend. I know I got really excited. We're allowed to have 20+1 people in church. Now, that doesn't mean services can come back, sadly.
No, not quite yet.
But that means
not unless we do like about 20 services every Sunday.
It'd be exhausting, wouldn't it? Imagine preaching 20 times in a day. That'd be exhausting, wouldn't it? But the good news is we can have our Connect groups.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Great size for a Connect group. 20 is probably too big, about a dozen to 15 or so, but it means Connect groups can come back and we can start connecting again.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd chat about that.
Yeah.
Why Connect groups good? Tell me, you're in a Connect group, aren't you?
Yes, every Thursday morning, 10 o'clock here at the church. Yes. I have a Connect group. It's been going for about 4 years or so. And when I texted everybody in the group, almost within 5 minutes, I think every single member of the group had texted me back to say, yeah, yippee, can't wait to get back together. Because I don't know how long has it been? A good couple of months at least since we could.
Yeah. I didn't actually take note of a date when we went back into it, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, so now my group's really excited about being back together.
What were you talking about? Maybe the Sabbath last time you were there, or not even? Probably been
I can't remember what it was,
a sermon series, so
that's all right.
That's great. Yeah. You've always been in a Connect group? Is that something you've done a long time? I remember
for a very long time, whether it was the youth Bible study groups or the adult group. Yeah, it's been a long time.
So I was reflecting on, I've probably been in some form of Connect group ever since Adventure Club. Because Adventure Club, you're in little Connect groups.
Yeah, that's
right.
The pods.
Half an hour in a little group, and then Bible study, and then young adults group, and I'm still in them today.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's one of my highlights of my week. I've just loved
I love my group.
Yeah.
Big bunch of misfits getting together every week just to support and encourage and pray for one another and learn together and grow together. It's a great group. I love it.
So just run me through what your Connect group would look like, start to finish. Give us an idea of what your Connect group would look like.
Well, my group's it's an adult group, but it's probably ranges. We've got people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, men, women, singles, marrieds, couples come. People come along on their own. We've got people who've been Christians for 40 years or more. We've got people who have only just made commitments to Christ in the last maybe year or two. Very eclectic, very, everyone's so different, but it probably brings in a little bit more flavour, a little bit more craziness sometimes, a lot more, learning to deal with each other's funny little ways, but growing and learning together through those challenges. It's just a great thing, and probably really in some ways sums up what the church should be anyway.
Definitely.
Different people, everyone coming from different backgrounds, different sort of ways about them, but all learning and growing together in that knowledge of Christ. And it's been great. What about you? You got a group every
we do
Sunday
night. Yeah, we did it Sunday night with the young adults. So it's for 18 to 30-ish.
Yep.
Got a couple of people.
Anyone just under you?
Under me, like if there's
age-wise,
I'm the oldest in the group. There's one that's Hannah turned 30 this year.
Yeah.
So sort of just sitting there, and Karina was also 30 now. I shouldn't say lady's age on the camera.
No, you're not allowed to. It's a crime.
But there's a couple other randoms that are about 30. But then we've got a range. Our youngest is 18 in the group, and then we've just got a range of people, late teenagers through 20s. And it's great time. We chat. Sometimes it takes a while to start the Bible study because there's so much to catch up on.
Yeah.
But that's why the Connect group's so good too, because you're not just chatting about the Bible.
Not
You're
just a Bible study, but a fellowship time of connecting together, heart to heart.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Like our group, we start and we catch up, then we chat about the sermon. We might have a discussion guide. Sometimes we don't get to a discussion guide because someone might be like, what was the go when they talked about this on the sermon? Someone might be like, has anyone ever thought about it that way or this way? Or I didn't know about this or never thought of it this way. I ask all these different questions to do with it.
I like doing that. That's good.
Oh, it's great. We had one of the messages, I think it was, can't remember, we just talked about what it meant to be a shepherd though, when we talked about the Lord as our shepherd. This was over Zoom at the time. And we talked for ages just about a different kind of a shepherd. We had a guy in our small group who worked with sheep for a long time. So he was able to tell us all these little insights to working with sheep, which was enjoyable.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's learning from each other's experiences. Yeah. So someone may have worked in a particular field or have a real interest in a particular field, and then everyone else is able to glean from that, their experience, their knowledge and wisdom. It's good.
Brings in those extra ways. And one of the things I love about it, a small group, is your Connect group, is you get to see how God's talking to other people through the word and through the same message. Like, I don't know how many times we've had a Connect group and we've had one sermon, like obviously it's the same sermon we're all listening to, and then you'll hear 7 different applications from the 12 people, and you're like, wow, I don't even remember preach. Sometimes when I preach, I'm like, I didn't preach on that, did I? And you realize what they get just shows the power of God's word.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah. I know that happens a lot with my group. Just someone grabs it from this angle, someone grabs it from that angle, and together we unpack it and learn a little bit. Sometimes it might be a matter of, no, you've really got the wrong end of the stick there, and that's okay.
When you've got a decent sized group, I think you can all steer each other on track a bit in that way.
Yeah. So I think that sometimes so if we just come to church on a Sunday, a sermon is fairly one-sided. It's people sitting back and listening to what we're doing. And we work very, very hard to make sure that what we're sharing is accurate to the meaning of the Bible, and we try to do it in a way that holds people's attention for that 25 minutes or so, but it's still very one way, isn't it? Yep. Sit back, listen to us. Yep. It's an opportunity perhaps at the door after a service, a regular service, or to ask some questions, or maybe someone midweek might say, can we catch up for coffee? But overall, it's fairly one way, but within a Connect group, it's a conversation around and in and out and over and under, and really, really just dig it out and unpack it more and more and more. So
I think, it's where you really properly learn what you've been talking about, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
When you, sometimes you have to answer questions, obviously, in a Connect group if you're comfortable, and you learn so much just from that. And you're like, okay, I have to actually say what I've heard. That's a powerful tool for learning as well. Yeah. And we find a big part of ours is prayer together. Praying for each other. If I've got something to pray about, my Connect group's usually the best place to go to for prayer support, because you can talk about it and we pray for each other.
Yeah, we had I'll share an amazing answer to prayer in our Connect group. So we're probably talking 6 months ago now. One of the members of the Connect group said that they had a specific prayer request to quit smoking. And anyone who has smoked would know that quitting smoking can be a very, very difficult thing. I've known people that have tried for 20 years and have never been able to quit smoking. So this person said, that this is my prayer request. So someone else in the group suggested, well, let's get this person to sit in the middle. We'll all gather around, lay hands on that person and pray. And so we prayed and prayed and prayed. That was the last time, that day was the last time they'd had a cigarette. Wow, so God really intervened. It gave them the miracle. They'd struggled for quite a while, but wanted to do it as part of their obedience to Christ. And it was wonderful, and I know that to this day, this person still has not had another cigarette.
I'm sure this person tried praying by themselves as well, didn't they?
Definitely.
Surely. So it's just something amazing when people gather, pray together.
It's like carrying one another's burdens, helping to lift one another and carry those prayer requests to the Lord. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to do corporately together, and in a bit of intimacy. This person may not have wanted to stand up in front of the whole church and say, I've got this particular issue, but to do it within the safety of a trusted group, because we've been meeting together for a long time, and members have come and gone, but the core group that we've got have been together for a very long time. So there's a lot of trust, understanding where each other comes from that's built up in that group. So that's a good thing.
That's so good. Let's just pretend I've never been to a small group before, or a Connect group, and I'm thinking now I can't go to church every Sunday, I just watch it online. Convince me to come to a Connect group. Like, why should I come to your Connect group?
Kay Underwood brings morning tea almost every week. Are you convinced?
Yeah,
there you go.
Thursday. Yeah.
But that fellowship part is a good thing. Like, it's not just this Bible study, right? Everyone sit down, question 1, question 2, work through it, pray, go home. But there is an aspect of friendship, relationship, having some coffee, because I know your group often goes to a cafe on a Sunday evening, so do a meal together. That helps really break things down. Sitting in a very sort of stale, formal environment can make it hard and make you feel nervous. But when there's coffee, sandwiches, homemade cakes that Kay's just took out of the oven, that kind of thing. It helps to sort of really, break the ice really, really comfortably, so you can. That's a good aspect of it.
That's fantastic. And can anyone run a Connect group? Do you reckon that's, not anybody can? Well, just say maybe there's no Connect groups that suit you. You've got a group of friends you want to chat to the Bible about.
Well, we certainly don't have some rule in the church where the Connect group leader has to be either one of the ministers or an elder. Really anyone who puts their hand up, obviously we want to make sure that person is mature in their faith, mature in their outlook on life, is able to conduct that Connect group properly. So we do want to see people that show some good skill and ability, but it can be anyone. Anyone can put their hand up and go, hey, I've got not quite now. We've got to be careful with the restrictions. We've got to meet at the church, but once things are back to normal, fully, anyone who's got I've got a lounge room and a dozen chairs, I'd love to host. And someone else might say, I can't really do it at my home, but I'm more than happy to lead in your home, or maybe we can hire book a room here at the church so we can do all that kind of stuff.
That's it. I know I'm really excited for the Connect groups to be back. Looking forward to catching up with our crew. Like we did a couple outdoors, but we had to keep cancelling there then because of the weather. It was blowing a gale the other day, and you're not going to sit outside in the wind and the wet.
Or when it's too hot.
Study. I know there might be some people in other countries that think, you've got to work. But we don't want to be cancelling when we've got this great option of in here. Right. We can set the temperature. Buildings. So I'm really excited. Tell us, why do you like Connect groups? Have you been in one? Do you need one? You can contact myself or Tonks here.
We've got a good variety at the moment.
We do.
Men's groups, women's groups.
Different ages.
Yeah, young adult. We've got the teenage groups. Yep. We've got, mine's a mixed, open age group. So a real mix, but we'd love more.
That's it. What better time to join a group than when you can't go to church at the moment.
Yeah.
You just realise how good Connect groups really are.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great week, and just drop in the comments. What do you love about your Connect group? Tell us a funny story, or is it the highlight of your week? Tell us something about your Connect group. And let us know if you want to be a part of a group, or if you'd like to potentially host or lead a group. Get in touch with Josh and myself. We'd love to talk to you about getting engaged in a Connect group. Let's get connected.
Absolutely.
Or 10 o'clock on Thursdays for Kay's Cake.